I'm just gonna go.
Just go. Hammer
Just
it.
go for it. Ready? Take it off. Pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, and today we got a flight. Well, the field is finally open, so we got out here on a beautiful day, and we got the 64mm 4S A-10 that I overly weathered with the Benchcraft airbrush set on a live show. Check out YouTube every Friday at 12 p.m. for a new live video, and let's take her for a flight because she was fun. I did a maiden, and again, this is only my second flight. I'm in low rates that I just set up. I eyeballed it. I didn't even look at the book rates while I was here, and I liked them on that flight. So, are we ready, Alex?
I am ready.
We're ready for takeoff. Taking off, right to left. Here we go. Pouring on the coals. I got no flaps, and look at that takeoff. Nice and gradual. Gear came right up. Now this model, guys, has the option to add flaps. Again, this model from Freewing is probably older than Motion is. This model came out, I believe, from Freewing well before Motion was even in existence. Freewing was around longer than us, you know? So here we go, full throttle pass. And for 4S, man, what a sweet flyer. I love it because an A-10 doesn't need to go too fast, but she can power it on, nice slow cross. Now we're gonna bring it around. Now we're opposite our flying pattern. There was one other person up. Let's see the roll rate on these. Nice. Oh, woo! Yep, going right to left again. I almost had a midair, which would have been great for the crash competition. But let's bring it in again. Now I'm gonna go half throttle. Because again, I have no flaps, so there's really no way to slow her down or, you know, slow passes like that. But nice and sounds good, and then when you need to get up and go, she's got it. She's definitely got it. So let's take her, I'm just gonna loop. Power her off at the top. Bring her down. Now I have no gyro in here, I just have your standard 6-channel receiver, Admiral, and I got a 3600 4S pack. So that's our brickier shaped pack, not long and thin like the 3000 to the 4000. She fits in there just fine. That's the recommended battery. And my first flight, I landed at about 3 minutes, and I had 35% left. So I set the timer to about 3:30. And again, with an A-10, I'm not looking to burn it, because an A-10 would be more for the brats, the Berts, hitting the rudder, try to turn a little tighter. Now my rudder, I only put the rate down to about 90%, and man, I could lower the rudder rate to really turn in, but you want those Berts, you know, to turn on a dime like an A-10's supposed to, then, you know, guys who are better on the rudder than I. Let's bring it in again. We're getting crosswind a bit. Going up, nice vertical. I like it. It's an enjoyable, fit in your car, toss and go. And I bet if you hand launched it, she would hand launch as well. Going back up again, over. Some of my favorite moves in RC. Come back across for another loop. Nice. Now, I have 7 seconds left on my transmitter, but I left the timer alone, so I'm just gonna get back into my pattern. I'm gonna drop the gear, so now my gear is out, and I'm on my down leg, and we're gonna land it, Alex. I'm bringing it out, and I'm cutting power right there. Turning in, and I'm power off. And she sticks. I'll take that. Nice. Nice and easy. Let's turn her back, taxi back, and I have my cell checker. So let's see where she was on that flight. I love the ordnance. All glues on, so once you put it on, it's on there. But it does have a centerline tank. I did not fly with that yet for the drag. but we can always pop her on too. Like you see, definitely over-weathered. I may hit it. Patrick Crosdale was saying maybe just go back over it lightly with some gray to dim down that. And let's see. So I got my unplug the battery. Let's take it out. There we go. 3600. Feels nice. And we are at 30%, 3.78. It's about right. And depending on the timer on the video, but you know, my timer again was set for about 3 minutes. I was 18 seconds over. So depending on the type of pilot you are, you know, and how you want to fly your A-10, but for the most part, an A-10 is going to be better when you're flying slow and scale. So now let's talk about it. So there you go, pilots. That was only my second flight on the Freewing 64mm A-10, but I dig it. It's got 2836, 3300 brushless outrunner motors inside. Again, you're running her on 4S, so the recommended pack is a 3600, and I was CGing about 50 to 55 millimeters from the leading edge, and it's right on the panel lines underneath that dot. Don't use the sticker because the sticker could be a little off. Use that panel line. Thumbs right there, and she CG'd very easily based on where she goes. Now again, your model will not come weathered like this. I did this with the Benchcraft airbrush. You could check that video out on a live show, but you can see the picture. She comes like you would expect. All the decals are all on it, and you get a great array of like ordnance. So all these ordnance pieces all come, and these all get glued on. The only thing that you can take off, there goes a Freewing F86 behind us, but the only thing you can take off is the center tank, and that has magnets. So that's just magnet on. I did not fly with that yet, didn't want the extra drag on a maiden, so always recommended, you know, put that on after you're comfortable with the jet. But you do got retracts included, and yeah, just overall a very solid flyer. 1100 millimeter wingspan, so she is 16 scale, which is great if you like those tanks we got, because they're 16 scale as well. She looks nasty sitting there in front of an Abrams tank. But again, you got all the nice little bits, and you know, just for what it is, perfect. Perfect flyer. If you like A-10s and you don't want the large one, look into the smaller 64mm. And a quick look inside the canopy. You can see plenty of space for your battery, everything you need. I got the receiver up front. But that'll do it for us guys here with this flight. I'm definitely going to be bringing this out for another flight as I get more comfortable with her. And what I want to do too, they give you the option to add flaps. So the pockets are all cut in. You just got to cut the flap and make it work. So the next time I come out, I definitely want flaps because I bet I could slow her down a whole lot easier with those. But for the most part, on a beautiful day like today, thank goodness we were flying. So I was excited to finally get this model out and give it a little run. So that'll do it for us, guys. Thank you, Alex, behind the camera. Thank you to the RC gods for opening up the field. And we'll see you next time at Motion RC.